Hey, crypto heads, it's the Goose with the Cryptic Paranormal. Dark and stormy night. It's getting pretty iffy out there. We were just talking about it earlier. Fingers crossed, we're just going to do like the abridged version tonight. Just going to go for an hour, and hopefully we'll make it through without any issues. But it is looking pretty nasty out there. How's it looking on your end, John?
It's just now starting to get dark here with the clouds and stuff, but I'm excited. I'm looking forward to the storm. Hopefully, fingers
Better
crossed.
have
Like I mentioned, no hail, no tornadoes, but hoping for a
Right?
good thunder and lightning show is what I'm hoping for. So,
Just hold off until after the show for the fireworks, and we'll
right.
be okay. The internet's been doing good so far, so hopefully, fingers rain and thunder won't kick us off completely. But it's here tonight, man. Super excited to get into it. Uh, Obviously, everybody watching, you need no introduction. He's the man, the author of Scareville books. So just let's start at the beginning, man. Where did this love of horror, and especially, I mean, it's kind of a young adult kind of. It looks
Mhm.
like that's kind of the demographic. So what got you into that?
Yeah, so obviously, and thank you for having me on, by the way, guys.
Yeah, man.
Love being on the
Absolutely.
show, but yeah, I mean, I've been a fan of horror pretty much as long as I can remember. I got started through reading Goosebumps at a young age, and I remember as a kid being really excited for the Scholastic book fairs where they'd bring in all the bookshelves full of books or whatever to the schools,
Right.
and you'd see these big colorful books from Goosebumps and have these creepy images, and everybody just ate them up, and I just loved reading them. And I actually wrote a lot, like hand wrote a lot of stories and stuff as a kid and teenager, and
Yeah.
was always told I was a good writer, and just kind of lost sight of it as I started to hit high school and
Yeah.
graduate and all that stuff because you're always told you need to go to college or get a job. There's nobody tells you to pursue your dreams or your passions in school anymore.
Right.
So I kind of lost sight of it for a long time, and I've bounced around from job to job and realized, you know what, I'm never happy, no matter where I work or what kind of money I'm
Yeah.
making. And one thing that's always struck true is I love horror, and I've always wanted to make a living doing that. And so one day I'm at a park here in Canton called Sippo Lake Park, and
Yeah.
I was pretty upset and I guess borderline depressed because of the job I was working. I just wasn't happy and stuff. And I'm sitting there racking my brain, like, what can I do to get into the horror space? And standing out on the middle of a boat dock overlooking the lake or whatever. And I turn around and behind me, there's a big library up on the hill. And it kind of struck me as like a light bulb moment. I'm like, books. Like, I used to love writing, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna write horror books. Like, that's what I want to do. I remember how much I used to love writing, and then I started to think about what space would mean the most to me,
Yeah.
and that is the middle grade horror space, young adults, whatever you want to call it. But because I want to bring back that excitement for young readers. I think a lot of kids and teenagers these days can't get disconnected from their phones and
Right.
all the
Yeah.
apps, YouTube, TikTok, all that kind of stuff. And if we can get kids back into reading and using their brains and their imaginations for themselves versus
Right.
watching other people's content and just, I don't know. That's the space I wanted to go into, and it's been awesome. I've had a lot of good feedback, and I'm excited for what the future holds.
That's awesome. And you've already got two books out. Um, where are you getting the inspiration for your stories?
Honestly, just from my brain. So when I was out at the
Oh, but
what's that?
it's not real life stories that things that have happened to you in the past. But yeah, just kidding.
um, yeah, no, I once I decided that I wanted to write middle grade horror stories similar to Goosebumps, I don't know, the floodgates just kind of opened and all these ideas started flowing. I don't know what I could do. And last time I spent maybe, and I'm not even exaggerating, maybe a half hour, 45 minutes brainstorming, and I came up with 30 to 40 book ideas that I could feasibly write a full length book for right now. And if
Yeah.
I brainstormed for longer, I could probably come up with more. But what's up, Darren? Um,
And
yeah, no,
any
I
all chiming
that's
in.
a lot. So
That's cool. So I mean, what's your process? You're just coming up with like a basic idea and then building off that. So you
yeah,
just like
so
I'm picking your brain because we like trying to figure out just one book, and you're already working on number 3. Actually, it sounds like you're almost finished. Um, I'm just picking your brain on how to get going on this.
Yeah, so honestly, like I come up with a rough idea in my head, and then just so I don't forget it, I'll jot it down on my phone in the Notepad app, and just the overall rough idea of what the story could be, and then from there, I'm trying to figure out like what's a good order to write the books in,
Yeah,
and release them, etc. But then I go to my dry erase board and I'll just do like I'll put the title up there that I think would make sense, and then I'll just kind of branch off. I'll say a location that makes. Now this is all fictional, obviously. I know you're writing more like a biography type thing,
right.
but
But it's writing, and it's all kind
yep,
of based on an idea, and
yep.
organization's kind of the same thing.
Absolutely. Then I'll do like a location that I think might make sense. I'll try to think of a few of them that might make sense geographically or what have you. And then I'll start creating character names and what their roles are in the books. That'll be like on the left column. And then the whole center of the dry erase board, I'll just make bullet points and just an overall touch point for like a chapter, overall touch point for a chapter. And then
Yeah,
once I have a pretty good pace going on with that, I can pretty much script the whole thing out in my head, almost like a movie, and then I just type it as I go, and it plays like a movie in my head. And I don't know if that's normal,
yeah.
but that's how it works. So
That sounds absolutely awful to me. All that stuff right there. No, no, nope.
what do you mean? You don't like having movies playing in your head?
I already got voices in my head. I don't need anything else going in there.
I thought you were going to
But
write
no,
a book on
that's very complicated and very, very organized. It sounds like
Yeah,
that's one that's amazing to me, but two absolutely horrifies me. So
I was telling him it's like the same thing with me. Like my biggest hurdle right now, and part of it is the organization of it all. Like my head is all over the place. I know all these places that I want to write about, but like some reason I just can't get it. So I'm gonna have to start. I'm gonna have to write it down legibly. And he mentioned earlier you use a dry erase board
Yep.
to just like how do you like diagram it all out and just kind of like a storyboard it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I have Scareville books on the top of the dry erase board, and then underneath I have quotations for what I think will be like a good book title, and then like I said in the
Yeah,
top left corner I have the location, and then directly below that I'll do like the characters and what their roles will kind of be. But the whole like middle all the way down is where I'll do the bullet points and kind of outline. This is what I want to hit first. This is another major milestone I want to hit.
yeah,
Blah blah blah, and then I'll try to fill in the gaps as I go. But yeah, that's kind of the process.
So I'm guessing this is just not a little 3 by whatever bolt dry erase board. You're talking like, is it like industrial size?
I would say it's maybe like a 2 foot by 3 foot, maybe. I don't know.
Okay,
It's not
okay,
huge, but
that's pretty good size. It's pretty good size.
some reason I like
That's what I'm saying, man. Like this huge board that takes up the whole
yeah.
wall.
It's like solving a crime. Like you have all those pictures and like all these strings attached going here and there. That's what I imagine. But that's my head's fucked up. I want to go back to Holly real quick. She was asking where D-Nice was. D-Nice is on vacation, and we told her to enjoy it. She said she was probably not going to be on tonight, but we told her don't even just enjoy it. And I made sure if she's watching, I told you better be on vacation. No work. Don't worry about anything but enjoying your family. Because we know how much of a workaholic she is. So she needs to chill.
Yep.
What's up, Gina?
She ain't listening to us. She's working.
I know she is. She's on her phone with her laptop out, probably. Well, she's probably not on the lake right now. I don't think she's that far away from us. So I think so. She's probably either had
without looking.
Right.
It's raining pretty good out here. I can tell. I'm in the garage, so
I keep hearing.
Thundering and lightning a bit.
Here.
Nothing crazy yet, though. I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting for a good one.
Yeah, it's not. It's just cloudy here right now. It's not supposed to really hit Canton until around 9. So
yeah, it's here, just slightly.
Making sure I'm not missing anything. That's
The
another
fucking
thing.
Weather Channel right here, right now, man.
Okay, I'm just making sure I don't miss any comments. But I'm actually interested too. Like, we all know that you're a paranormal investigator because that's how we all met you, and that's why we're all our friends into what you write. Is it based on any like experiences that you've had, or is it completely separate?
Uh, it's going to be a mix. I mean, I try to include little Easter eggs and stuff in each story. Now, I do have stories in the future that I'm going to be writing that will deal with paranormal, ghost story type things, haunted homes, and I'll probably
Yeah.
include some things I've gone through in those books. It's a little tougher in the monster books, but yeah, I mean, I definitely, especially with my first book, with him opening up the store that sells all the creepy and unusual things, I definitely
Yeah.
included some of the items from my own collection in the story. So
Awesome. I was wondering because I know you. I was wondering if any of that played into some of the stories. What's up, Penny? Good evening. Tuning in. That is so cool, and I think we're all super proud of you, man, because this is blowing up big time, and I see it going.
Yeah, we are very proud of you. I am. Like that's just awesome. I'm just so happy for you.
Thank you.
And like at MadCon, I hope you're going to be there because that's where I'm going to buy my books because I want them signed right there in person.
I should
make sure there's no fraud involved.
I'll bring you a cold cut sandwich as well. So
no, we're not talking about cold cuts. I got a whole list of stuff to talk about cold cuts here.
The big jar of mayonnaise for you.
Let's see, cold cuts.
Damn, glasses in ages.
It's like yeah, no, I can't see with them. What?
Hey Tina, we're doing okay. We're just gonna do an hour tonight, hopefully, and then make it through the beginning of the storm. So,
did you watch that cold cut documentary, John?
I watched some of it. Yeah, it's
bologna paste. You see that? Bologna paste.
You know what? As long as it tastes good to me, I don't care what it's made out of. You know, I just try not to think about it.
I stopped at the head cheese, man. I was like, no, I didn't go any further than that. That's fucked up. There's some spots, that this shouldn't be done.
We go into what head cheese is, but I don't want to start losing viewers because I know it's pretty.
They want to know. They've been waiting for the cold cut conversation for a while.
Yeah. Oh no! Oh no! Darren said he had you at jail the other night. You were at is it like an author event or?
Yeah.
What was that? It looked pretty cool.
Yeah, Darren, he helps manage the Jail of Terror, like the haunted house attraction, out at the Old Lincoln County Jail, and
yeah,
the new owner that he doesn't own the building, but he owns the haunted house that's allowed to go in there and do that stuff. His name's Kevin, but Darren manages it all for him. They ran basically like a summer haunted house event.
Yeah,
and I had talked with Darren and Kevin about doing just an author event there while they run the haunted house, and they thought it was a good idea, and we were, just like, well, let's see what happens. And it was a fun event. It was really cool. Sold a decent amount of books and got to meet a lot of really cool, nice people. They felt, they made me feel real welcomed, and it was a good time overall. So I really enjoyed it.
Oh, is that with that kind of attention? Like at signing, you had a signing too, I think.
Yeah.
That dealing with that okay? Because that at first I think it'd be a little bit off put. Like, I'm just writing a book, man.
It's definitely weird because I'm not used to it by any means.
Yeah.
And you definitely get some awkward interactions every once in a while. But you just try to be your best and put your best smile on and just be friendly.
Once again, sounds completely awful.
I was gonna say that sounds like right up your alley, Eisenberg.
I'm just glad I'm glad there's people out there that do it though. I'm not a small talk person, man. I sign their book and say, all right, get the fuck out of here.
He's a big help at conventions. He sits there with his mirror sunglasses like he's awake, but it's like he's sleeping the whole time, just ignoring people. What's up, Uncle Guido?
But I love, like I said, I haven't read them yet, but I love the cover. I love the covers of those books. Yeah, I love the covers of those books.
It sucks because I meant to download them and put them on so I can pop them up and show everybody. But I completely forgot.
No worries.
I'll work on that while we're.
Yeah, I do. I like those. I really like those covers. I think it's really good artwork there.
Thank you. Yeah, the guy I work with, he's on Fiverr, that services app where people can sell their they do or whatever. But he does custom illustrations. I tell him, what I'm looking for, and he really takes my.
That's good. Yeah, they're great ideas.
So really happy with how they turned out. I've got my book 3 book cover in order with them right now. So I'm hoping sometime next week I'll have that 3rd book cover back to show everybody. So
that'll be really cool, man.
Did you guys hear that?
No. I'm hearing stuff here outside. Something's going on.
That's just the ghosts banging on Heisenberg's house.
Yeah.
But my daughter has read the first one. She thought it was amazing. She loves it.
Awesome.
So I'm gonna have to get her the second one. I have not read it yet, but I'm going to. She said she I'm gonna tell you the honest truth. She said it's better than Goosebumps. She loved it. Oh. She's like, it's more horror-ish than Goosebumps. It's not like, she feels like it's okay for like an older like teenager to be able to read this and enjoy it. And I'm hearing a lot of people like our age, amazing, think it's just awesome.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing too. Like, I wanted to bring back that nostalgia for adults too. Like, I grew up reading Goosebumps. I still love reading those books. Like, they're just a fun read. It's not going to scare me, but it's a fun horror almost, and it's just fun to read. And I wanted to bring that same vibe back. So
yeah, I'm not going to read them. They're scary probably. So I'm going to buy them. I'm going to get it signed, and then I'm going to put them behind some special glass case.
There you go. So when he gets about 20 books in and he's like top bestseller, you could say, I knew this guy when. And look at all these.
Yep.
20 years from now, they're going to be worth big bucks.
Unopened books and all signed. Yeah. I'm going to be a millionaire.
We've got a long ways to go to get there, but
we're going to see you on the Antique Roadshow with some old guy. Oh, yes, a John Ward Scareville book. Perfect condition.
Perfect condition and autographed.
Yeah. We're gonna have to get little certifications though to make sure that
Yeah, that's authentic.
Authentic. Authentic. Yeah.
I'll bring my notary pad. When you sign it, I'll just notarize it.
I'm gonna modify my signature to Heisenberg's book so it's not an official one.
Write it on the back of a Subway receipt. Oh, good times! I love it. How's the process of getting these books out into the public? Like,
it
seems like you're stores. I mean, that's amazing, and it just added the Madison Township Library.
Yeah, honestly, it's so much work to get them out in front of people, and it's hard too. Like I work a sales job for my normal job, and then after I get off work, I'm trying to sell these books. Like I'm constantly wearing my sales cap and just can't relax ever. But that's part of I wrote 3 books before I ever published them, so that's part of why I'm going through this spiel right now. Is just I've got to push these out before I start writing again. But it's a lot of work. You do get rejected here and there, but nothing's ever easy. Like, even libraries, like if I call a library and say, hey, you guys should carry my books, I'm getting a lot of good reviews, they don't care. Like, you got to go fill out this application, you got to do this, and this, you got to copy and blah, blah, blah. But on the other flip side, if someone goes and recommends my books to the library, that's a whole different ballgame, and then they'll take it into consideration and potentially order them. Like Madison Public Library, Barb Young actually had recommended them. So they looked into it and they decided that they were going to carry them, and now I'm going to be doing an author event there in October as well. So
awesome, man. That's great.
Pretty excited about it.
That's Halloween season. That's perfect.
That's going to be perfect, man. You're going to...
Yeah. We can have all kinds of teenagers and kids lining up and adults who read it, like all those Harry Potter nerds want you to sign the book. Oh, what did Tony say? Hey, Heisenberg, I'm going to make you a nice sandwich.
Oh, no. Of course, Tony probably likes it. He likes that cheese. He don't care.
Tony, he said he wants
You see the
bologna
lighting behind
paste
me?
with
pretty cool.
head cheese. That's what he wants. Bologna paste and head cheese. So if you can make that happen.
With mayonnaise, pickles, and all the fixins.
They even say gelatinous when they're describing it.
And if you could top it off with a Vienna sausage with like a toothpick through it on top of the sandwich.
Nice. Yeah.
I stopped.
Okay.
I stopped right after gelatinous. I was
That
like,
was loud.
they're like, nope.
All right, everybody, fingers crossed. We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it.
We're almost at the halfway point. We'll make it.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, just watch behind me. You'll see some good lightning, maybe.
I did see it actually. It looked really cool.
It's my power.
Yeah.
It's like the Emperor from Star Wars.
Yeah, Tony saw it too. Yeah, right. Sparkle.
Sparkles?
Yeah. So you've been on some pretty interesting investigations lately with your boys Darren and Eddie.
Yeah.
Did you say you guys went to St. Albans?
Did you say St. Albans? Sorry, your audio.
Yeah. Oh, did it?
Yeah, so,
here we go.
It's right after you mentioned the fingers crossed.
Right.
But yeah, I went to St. Albans with Eddie last year and had a blast. Awesome place. I highly recommend it if you ever get the chance. However, just be aware if you ever do go down there, it's probably the most confusing layout of a building I've ever been in. You will get lost.
Really?
100%. It's way worse than House of Wolves in terms of getting lost. It's
oh wow, that's pretty bad then.
That's a pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah. There was one point. There was the people we went with. It was just four of us. There was me and Eddie, and then Dawn Andrews and her ex-husband. Was her husband at the time. It's her ex-husband now. But they wanted to go. I don't even remember where we were trying to go, and I don't know if Eddie's still watching or not. But we were trying to find a specific room in this place, and they had been there before and they couldn't find it, so we had to call one of the tour guides down, and they had to meander their way down and lead us down there. It's a very confusing layout there for sure.
Wow.
Took us over an hour to find that dragon room. Yep.
Gotcha.
I get lost in my house, man. I was like House of Wills and all that. It's like fuck crazy. I can't imagine that.
Oh yeah, I mean, I just like okay, let's go down this hallway. Let's go down these stairs. Next thing you know, you're in the guts of this building and you have no idea how to get back to where you were at. Because like wherever you go, there's like staircases going and hallways going this way. You just have no idea. You get all turned around. I couldn't imagine that being worse. That'd be like, holy shit.
Yep.
It took you over an hour to get to the dragon room.
Yep. Yeah, it just every hallway looks the same, and they do a haunted house attraction there too, and they have some of the walls that they've built up, and like they don't tear them down, and it adds to it. But
Holly wants to know if you'd ever consider contacting grocery stores that sell books.
Sell nooks or books? I'm not.
Maybe nooks, books, and crooks. I don't know.
So
wrong show, Holly.
if you're talking about nooks, I think that's like the ebook reader for Barnes and Noble. I'm only doing my ebooks through Kindle right now, which is Amazon. But in terms of publishing and selling, I mean, I'll sell them to any store that will sell them on their shelves. However, a lot of bookstores, especially major chains, they won't carry if you're independently published. They just won't. So that's when you got to reach out to smaller independent bookstores, and even that sometimes kind of 50-50. They'll be like, well, you can send us up copies. We're not going to buy them. Like, we'll just take the copies you have and we'll sell them, and then we'll cut you a check.
Right.
And for me, that's tough because even with the discounting I can get for author copies, if by the time I ship it to someone, and they give me my cut, it's like I'm breaking even, and it's just, to me, it's not worth it. But I don't know. Sometimes even taking a loss depending on where I'm shipping too. But yeah.
Meyer. I think we covered
it. Meyer.
Like major chain stores. I would imagine some of the smaller stores. We have a couple here. I will gladly check into it for you.
Yeah,
we got especially in Hudson and Stowe. There's a couple places I think might be interested. Yeah, they have a lot of local like author signing events and stuff like that. So you can check that out.
Hey, you got anything going on in Kent? That's where you need to break in there a little bit.
Kent, that's a great idea too.
Kent,
Kent, yeah. Like even somewhere like the Little Red Wagon or
Something.
one of those places, yeah.
I'll have to look into it. I've got a whole list of bookstores, and I haven't even gone through all the different states yet, but stores that are reportedly okay with partnering with independent authors. I've got to call a bunch of them, but I wanted to wait till after I launched the third book to start reaching out to all these stores. So
yeah, well, you have some meat to give them on a plate.
Why does it always got to go back to that?
Not all your friends will make you independently wealthy by buying all your books as soon as they come out. What is up, Brent? How are you, sir?
Hey, Brent. And then talking about the investigating too, I went to another interesting place with Eddie and Janelle, and I can't remember who else went. It was a couple other people that work at Madison. I forget their names. Eddie will remember their names, but it was a place called the Wick Yards, and it's a former funeral. Oh yeah, you guys were there.
Yeah.
So we went out there and had some pretty good activity. It wasn't super active, but in the basement we got quite a bit. And then I think me and Eddie may have uncovered something about the mafia having used that funeral home, and we got some responses regarding
that. Yeah, that would make sense too, because that area, I mean, Youngstown,
man.
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
That's even now. I believe there's still a lot of well-known
shut up, Ray.
activity
Go
going
back.
Yeah, next time I go back, they're going to be waiting for me.
The goose is back in town.
Yeah. Hey, Brett, I'm not sure what you're trying to send us, but it's all
blanks.
Interesting. And like you guys, we didn't have like major activity everywhere. Little bits and pieces. I think for Heisenberg and I did our broadcast from that morgue table is and everything.
Yeah.
And it was weird feeling down there, man. I mean, I was feeling tingles like every time I stood in front of that one door.
Yeah.
Oh, nobody's gonna know. I mean, there's a door there that was open into another room. Yeah. It's like I felt like somebody was like kind of poking me, and I was feeling this weird energy there. So it's definitely, I want to go back. I want to go back, and I want to investigate more. And that place is really cool. If you guys, anybody's interested, they're doing ghost hunts now. You just got to reach out to them. And just message him. He'll get right back to you. Eddie said, John, tell them about the Golden Dawn and the food literally right down the street from the Wickyards. One of the Naples was sitting at the bar.
So I'll explain. It'll make more sense. I saw the confusion on Ray's face. So the Golden Dawn is a restaurant that we went to just kind of on a whim. They're known for their sandwiches and stuff, but they wound up having like some of the best pizza I've had in Ohio.
Oh yeah,
ever. Really good pizza. And it's actually owned by Eddie. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know if it's the son or the grandson, but it's like the son of one of the former mob bosses in Youngstown. So he owns that place. So and his name was Joey Naples, I think. But yeah, he's the son of the mob boss out there. Yeah.
Oh wow. Whew, that's it. Grandson. Okay.
Grandson. Okay.
What happened? Nothing happened to her, Jeff. She is actually on vacation, so she's taking the week off. So everybody send calming, relaxing vibes, so she's not in front of her lap doing work while she's supposed to be vacationing. I keep picking on her because I know that's exactly what she's doing.
Mm-hmm.
She even admitted to her last vacation she was doing the same thing. Hello from FCI. One of Kimmel's lackeys here. FCI is an interesting place. We were there with Sage invited us out, but it was a pretty big group. I mean, it was a good maybe 10, 15 of us.
Yeah.
So it was a pretty big group, but we're kind of used to a smaller group.
Mm-hmm.
We're every place, it's like one of those places everywhere you go, there's somebody, which is fine, and it was still great. We were feeling stuff. We heard a voice.
That disembodied voice.
Yeah. Yeah,
Well,
I'd like
laying
to
on
go
the tables
back.
down there.
Right. It's definitely a place I'd like to go back to.
Yeah. Yeah, I went to FCI. This was 2 or 3 years ago now. I went with Cheryl Lynn Carter, Marcus Haug, and then Sean Gilmore and my wife. And it was a pretty active night. And my favorite area was the chicken coop. And Marcus had mentioned something along the lines of like, if you shut the door while you're in the chicken coop, like it's going to go crazy. So we did that, and we got a bunch of MVPs. But
oh no shit.
Yeah, I'm excited to go back there. I won one of the free weeknight investigations.
That's right, you did.
So I'm excited to book
That'll
that.
be fun, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wish I could do I can't put it. It's so hard for me to take a weekday off for ghost hunting, especially this year because I'm trying to bank all my PTO for something that's happening at the end of the year.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm not getting to do this was supposed to be the year of do more, and it's the year of just try to do something.
Save more.
Save more so you could do more next year.
I have 1,000 hours of sick time.
Holy crap, dude!
What does that break? That's 6 months of sick time there, Heisenberg.
Yeah.
He's banking it all so he can retire 2 years early.
Yeah, keep going.
Yeah, I'm gonna take off the next 2 years.
2 years
for sick time. I'm surprised they let you bank it like that, but that's cool.
Well, it's because all my vacation time they roll it over. I don't take vacations really that often.
Oh, okay, I gotcha.
I get
What's up,
I get
Dennis?
5 weeks of I get 5 weeks of vacation. So.
Oh, that's nice.
They just let you roll it all over?
No, they won't roll it over. They put it in the sick time.
Oh, well, so what do you just say I'm sick every day for 6 months and they can't say anything about it, or how does that work?
I don't know how that works.
Where's my first clap of thunder?
I know I'm not going to use any of it or all of it, so if I do, that's pretty bad. Something bad just happened there.
Yeah, Brent said there's been reports of a crawler in the chicken coop. Interesting. We were actually having some decent interaction with the spirit box in that area too.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a good area. I already said hi, but I'll say it hi again, Dennis. How you doing, buddy? One of our biggest friend. He's one of our friends. I don't want to say. I hate saying fans. He's a friend. We love all you guys. Crypto.
Dennis, are you and Jennifer coming up to MadCon?
Yeah, that's a good question. You guys gonna be able to make it up? We missed you at FCI. Let us know so we can look out for you.
There you go.
Yeah, it's awesome. Cool. Awesome, dude. We'll see you there.
I'm so excited for MadCon. Really hoping we get good, because obviously it's right at that point where October where we start getting the upper 60 degree. I'm hoping we get one of those nice early upper 60-degree days. Oh,
yeah,
that'd be cool.
I'm hoping.
Are you going to be? You have a table?
I won't have a table again, just because this year's been a whirlwind with everything going on. I wasn't even sure how it would work, but I think next year I might get some tables for the first time at one of their events. We'll see.
Yeah.
We have a table for MadCon?
I told Addie we wanted one, so we better have our spot, our usual spot right at the beginning of the walk there.
I forget how many. Addie had mentioned that they have almost double the amount of vendors they had last year, so they're not sure where they're going to put everybody this year.
Yeah, as long as we get our spot, we get priority because we've been there every year. I mean, we used to do it with our team too, but it's just I don't know. I just
they still come up though.
Yeah, they still come up and hang out at our. They're more than welcome to come up and hang out at the tent again with us this year. I'll probably I'll at least put out the Dark Alley little banner thing on the table so everybody remembers that we do actually have an investigation team.
Yeah.
But it's more beneficial for us to promote the show at those kind of events than it is really. It's just our group we're just a bunch of friends who get to go do this and have fun with it.
Absolutely. That's the best way to go though.
Yeah. MadCon 2 was brutal. Yeah. Thank God we had that fan right by our tent because that was a lifesaver.
Yep. I stood there and chain smoked cigarettes in front of your fan the entire event, I'm pretty sure.
Right. Dennis said he's excited for your next book getting ready.
Me too. I'm really excited to make the announcement. Hopefully next week, guys.
Next week, we'll be looking for it, dude. Can't wait. Oh, it's starting to rain here now too. I could hear it.
You know,
It's supposed to be doing this off and on all night.
Supposed to get the rumbles. I'm getting the rumbles of thunder now, but no rain yet.
It's still thundering here.
And he said the fan saved him.
Saved a lot of us.
Or do you think you'll be like? Are you just going to go with the flow of books, or do you have ideas for another series, or is this your goal that you're kind of working on?
For right now, I'm going to keep building and developing Scareville. I've had several people reach out to me and say I should write some adult horror novels, and that'll come at some point. But I'm having too much fun with Scareville right now to really stray away from it. And I've got so many ideas, so just going to keep trying to build that up and try to build a name for myself. And then if I like R.L. Stein wrote Goosebumps, he went into Fear Street, and he wrote a couple of adult novels and stuff. I might venture in a similar path potentially. Just we'll see how it goes, though.
You know, until you just said it, I was today years old when I knew R.L. Stein wrote Fear Street. I had no idea.
Yep.
I don't even know what that is.
I don't. You're not even in part of this conversation right now.
All right, cool. I'll be right back.
Dennis said John's books, I think, are the best. It draws you in where you can't get enough. Yeah.
Thank you, Dennis. I appreciate that.
All right, you can come back, Heisenberg.
He's probably pooping. He's got himself muted.
Is he really? He's fucking with us. I know he is. But
yeah. Oh, my dog's afraid of the thunder, so he's scratching up the door.
Oh no.
Did you know that R.L. Stein was from Ohio as well? Did you know that?
No, I had no idea.
Yeah, he's from Columbus.
That's crazy. I did read some. A lot of the scare areas down at like Universal, like the haunted areas, are based off of Cary, Ohio, which is like, I thought that was interesting too, because I guess the guys who started Halloween Haunted or Halloween Haunts or whatever it's called down there are both from Cary, Ohio.
You know what?
Yeah.
My grandparents lived in Cary, Ohio.
No shit.
Yep. There's a bunch of quarries there.
No wonder you don't like horror movies.
Yep. Yeah, they lived there in Cary, Ohio. Not many people know that place.
Well, people who go to Hollywood Haunted Horror Nights know it pretty well, because it's a pretty big staple down there. It's too bad you're not into horror, man. It's too bad.
Is it really too bad? Because I think I'm all right with it.
I always get confused. Like, my wife's the same way. My wife is not a horror fan at all, but like,
yeah,
go out and investigate the paranormal, which to me is more scary than a horror movie. Or
that's not true.
What do you mean?
That's not true.
What if I told you there was a shadow behind you right now and you'd be freaking out?
I'd say hello,
Jennifer. Hey.
No.
I think Kate's over here, so she'd see it first and she'd take care of it.
Oh, okay, there you go.
What if she's not sensitive to it? Maybe.
Well, that when he says shit like that,
John, I don't know if you like the look that she just gave you.
Well, sometimes ghosts make themselves visible to others and not others. So
there you go. Oh, Mama Bear's on. Hey, Mama Bear. She says, hi, everybody. Question for John. Do you have several books partially done, or are you doing them when you finish the previous one?
Good question, Nancy. I appreciate it. So I write in each book individually from start to finish. I wrote the first 3 books before I ever did any publishing. So, the last 7 months now, 8 months, I've been focusing on getting the books ready to publish and print and sell and all that good stuff. And once I get the launch set for book 3, I'm going to start writing book 4. And from that point forward, I'm just going to write one book, publish, and then just kind of move that way versus kind of loading myself up with too many books at once. Right. And stress myself out.
So more of a steady, like, manageable flow then.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But no, thanks for the question, Nancy. That was a good one.
Yeah.
Oh, but I want to go back. Jennifer Bradford said hello. Hey. But I also wanted to go back because saying Kate's going to protect him um, reminds me of Madison. Like tell the story all the time when I was feeling something coming on. I was one of those moments where I was kind of out of my mind. Something else was kind of, I don't know. I was letting something in I probably shouldn't have, and it was just funny because Heisenberg's just like, "You need to go outside, Kate. Walk right now." It's like he pushed me off on Kate to get me out of there.
That's awesome.
I thought you'd be safer with Kate because I would have slapped the shit out of you.
Yeah, you're right. I probably answer me anyway, so she knows. She knows how to handle it.
I did it for your safety.
My safety?
Yes, your safety.
Nancy said, "If you write them, I will read them."
I appreciate that. It's like what's that baseball movie? If you build
The
a
Field of Dreams. Yes.
Dreams.
Write it, they will read it.
Very
awesome.
Cool. It looks
Pretty
like
close to it.
Sorry, my dog's barking because someone's horn's going off. Looks like Jennifer said that there's a tornado warning down here in Canton, so that's fun.
Oh, is there?
Apparently, that's okay.
Are you already in the basement?
On the lower level, and it's a brick house. I think I'll be okay.
Yeah, you're fine.
All right. If you gotta go, we completely understand. It's almost time. We've made it almost.
We made it longer than we thought we would. We thought we were gonna have internet issues. So,
right. It's funny though, because I swear to God, Stowe has some kind of force field around it because we always get these messages that the storm's going to come right through. We're going to have all these things, and like I will watch the radar, big red spot coming right at Stowe, and it just all of a sudden will break, go around Stowe, and then reform on the other side. And next thing you know, Kent's getting it. So it's like, what the hell? Not and shit hitting the house, but we like a good storm, and I feel like we really haven't had a good storm yet this year, and summer's almost halfway over. So it's like I need a couple good storms. We need some good sleeping storms.
Yeah, I feel it. It's funny you say that because when I lived in Wadsworth, I had the same thing happen where the storms would always just seemingly go just south of Wadsworth, and when we moved to Canton, which is south of Wadsworth, we're like, okay, we're going to get all the storms now. And now, I mean, we still get some storms, but they're not. Usually, we get mist south again. It's always just south of us. We get like just the outside edge of it, but they're just dodging us, Goose.
Weather patterns, man. Weather patterns. Crazy stuff.
I love monitoring the weather. I'm kind of a weather geek. Like I watch this guy.
Who is it?
There's a guy that there's a guy on YouTube that does like all over the United States. He's just like constant updates, and it's it's more kind of a cooler take on it. He's like more of a rock and roll guy, but he does like serious weather updates. I watch him. I want to join one of those like Skywarn groups where they like get together and like monitor like freaking tornado systems and shit like that.
I think it'd be really cool to go like not like up directly to it, but like how some people chase the tornadoes and stuff down south, and they give you tours.
Yeah,
a mile and a half away, and you can take pictures.
Yeah, the photography tours. I would love that. That's one of my.
Are you kidding me?
My bucket list thing.
It's not going to hurt you. You're probably thinking Heisenberg, like where they get like right up on the tornado. Like these tours and stuff, you're like 3 miles away and you can just see the funnel like from way off in the distance.
You're not with Tim Reed putting the probes right in the storm's path and like putting the Dominator legs
then
down
why bother?
And, like, waiting
then
for
why
it to
bother?
hit you.
That's what I say. Why bother then?
Because it's beautiful. It's watching the force of nature. Not that I don't want to like watch people get killed and like houses be destroyed, but when you see them, it's always out in the middle of a field with nobody around. So that's cool. What's happening, man? How are you guys? Good to see you. But
I don't think I want to be any place near a tornado, man. I don't want to see it form.
But
there was a time where I would call off work to go chase them, like in my own like little Ranger pickup truck. That was a brilliant idea.
Yeah.
Not even a 4-wheel drive, just out there chasing the storm and call off work. fuck yeah, I'm going after this one. Never saw anything, but
I had a neighbor that lived in Nebraska, and he saw a tornado when he was a kid, and he was absolutely terrified of storms after that.
Oh yeah. Well, I didn't realize that. I just saw the trailer for it. They are there's a oh shit, no, I can't think of it.
Sequel?
Twister Part 2, yeah,
Yeah.
coming out, which looks interesting. I couldn't really figure it out from the trailer. The main
Twister Part
characters from
2,
the
the
first,
storm continues.
right? Because
No, they
two
just
of the
added an
main
S to it. It's just Twisters, plural. It's the
yeah, and it's kind of it'll be interesting how they do it because two of the main characters from the original one are both passed away.
Yeah.
So it's we'll see how it goes. But yeah, Darren said that it looks like you're about to get hit pretty hard, man.
Love it. I've got the alcoholic beverage ready for it. As long as an actual tornado doesn't touch ground, I will be outside observing the light show. So
I think that's the standard thing you have to do is go out there and watch it.
absolutely.
Stand on your porch.
I haven't heard any sirens or anything going off, so I'm not too overly concerned. They're probably just trying to be cautious. So
yeah, they don't want to get everybody worried too quick.
It's tornado run!
Yeah. Okay, we see the tornado. Now we'll let everybody know. It's like, wasn't the point of all this research for ahead, warnings, to give you plenty of time to get to where you need to go?
You can't mess with nature though.
No. I'm sorry. I'm being a nerd looking at the radar now.
We better get regular updates then.
Tornado that went through Eddie's area went to a scale of F5. Holy shit, man. That's the finger of God. It killed so many. I remember seeing the destruction. Yep. He was 5. It hits. Oh, yeah, Niles. Okay, yeah, I remember that. When you see strong tornadoes can be. Yeah. It's not. I mean, it's
definitely to be respected.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to see a tornado here in Ohio. I'd rather be out in the flatlands of Kansas or Oklahoma, 5 miles away, and I can see it. That's fine. Yeah,
that's the thing, because we have so many trees and things in the way, out there. You could, it's plenty of vision. So it's Dennis said sirens are going off in your area.
I haven't heard a single siren. It's raining
or
now.
by Glen Oak.
By Glen Oak.
I don't even know where Glen Oak is. There's 7 high schools within 10 minutes.
That's over there in Plain Township or something like that.
Yeah, I think that's a little more northeast of me. But
Devil's Hour. I'm assuming this is Matt or Helena. We only have earthquakes over there. Yeah. The Cali. I'd rather.
Yep.
Raise the freezing.
Am I?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay. That sounded pretty bad upstairs now. It's rumbling pretty good. Yeah, but it's really probably about that time for you to ask your big show ender question.
So, John, do you have anything you'd like to plug, Mr. Ward?
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Eat more Jimmy John's. That's the first.
No.
Yes.
Sandwiches is the best, and gobs of mayo. No, I thank you guys for having me on. Love coming on and chatting and just BSing. My dog keeps scratching at my door because he wants me to come out. So I'll make it quick. Scareville Books. You guys see it in the name title here. If you love Goosebumps, you'll probably like these books. If you have kids, they'll like them as well. But I'm easy to find on Facebook. Most of you guys that are watching are friends with me already. But feel free to follow Scareville Books on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all that good stuff. And I appreciate it. Love all you guys.
There you go.
Oh, sorry. I'm having an issue with my component.
That's okay.
I didn't want to throw that up there for you too, because you just posted that the other day.
Yeah, I forgot to mention this. So I just slipped my mind for a minute. But yeah, I have an event out at Hinsdale House with Mike Hatcher's team, including Melody Knapp, and Dan Clace will be there as well.
Very cool.
I think dinner's included as well. It's actually a really good deal when you think about it, with dinner being included. Just gonna be a fun investigation and camp out of that, so it should be good.
Yeah, you got a little bit of everything out there. You got the haunted house. You got some Bigfoot puck wedgie action. You got all kinds of cool stuff. UFOs, possibly.
Yep.
Never know, man. Never know.
But all right, dude. Thank you so much for being on, and
me.
we'll have you back on when you get book out, and we'll have a less quick chat because we don't have the finger of God hanging over us at the moment. Let me check, make sure nobody had any last minute questions. Nope, everybody's talking about the storm. Then Darren said, "Have a good night, everybody. Be safe." Yes,
All right.
that's a good thing. Be safe, guys.
Yep.
John, thanks so much, man. Appreciate it, dude. It's always
Yes, man.
great to chat with you.
Thanks, guys.
And since D Nice isn't here and hopefully enjoying her vacation, guys, don't be an asshole. Too many. Don't be one. All right, guys. We'll see you next week, Crypto Heads. Have a good weekend.
Bye.
Bye.